University. She speaks and offers financial literacy education workshops at several organizations, which includes the public school system, churches, and her local community. She is a 3-time author of the books, If You Ain't Stacking, Then You're Dropping, This Is Why You're Broke, and Let's Get Rich Journal Planner, all available on her website at odetaking.com and on Amazon. And recently, she has just launched her 4th book, Playground Millionaires, How to Set Your Kids Up to Be Millionaires. Most importantly, she's been with our firm for 6 years and is a 6-figure diamond ring earner in WFG and has helped hundreds of families with their personal financial goals while building a financial agency of licensed professionals all across the U.S. and Canada, so we can reach and help more families. I present to you tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Odetta King.
Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing? I think somebody may need to mute their line because we're getting some feedback. Okay, let's see. Awesome. So guys, thank you guys so much for joining us on this amazing, on this amazing Friday afternoon. What else better is there to do but to learn about money, stack your coins, how to position yourself and your little one to be a playground millionaire, because what else? Like what else, right? So I want you guys to put in the chat, where are you joining us from? Put in the chat. You know your girl, odetaking.com, is all the way in New York. So put in the chat, where are you joining us live from? If you follow me on social, make sure you share the feed because I am streaming live on social as well. So I see Philly, New York, Philly again. Okay. Anyone else? So that's it, just Philly and New York. All right, we got Texas in the house. Okay. Amazing. I love it. So guys, thank you so much for sharing where you're joining us live from. And I just want to ask you, what do you think is a playground millionaire? What comes to mind when you hear the word playground millionaire? Put in the chat, right? Because I want to read your comment. What comes to mind when you hear playground millionaire? And I want to tell you why I wrote this book, right? My fourth book, why I wrote it, why I'm super passionate, why I'm on a mission to share this with everybody. So I'm seeing generational wealth. Hey, Barbara, nice to see you. Wow, well, I can't see you, but I can see you, if you know what I mean, right? So I hear generational wealth. Anyone else? What comes to mind when you hear playground millionaire? Legacy wealth. Okay. Anything else? Well, anyway, that's good. That's all wealth, right? Wealth is good. So I want you guys to take a moment. I'm going to take you through a journey. Close your eyes and just imagine when you were little, when you were born, your mama, right? Or your dad, or your auntie, or your grandma, whoever is it that raised you. Imagine that they had planned out your entire financial future. Fast forward college years. It's not a matter of if you want to go to college or how much is college. Money is there waiting for you to go to the best college money can purchase, or the best Ivy University that you want to go to. Fast forward, you graduate from college or university, and there's absolutely no student loan. So you get to pick, choose, and refuse the type of career or job you want to start, because you're not forced to take anything, because you got to pay back that student loan. Now you're in your 30s or your late 20s and you're ready to buy your house, and not a major purchase. And you go to your mom or your dad or your grandma or your auntie or whoever is it that raised you and say, hey, I'm ready to buy a house. And it's not a matter of what you're talking about. I don't have no money. The question or the conversation is, how much do you need, right? How much do you need? Some of us are entrepreneurial and we decide we want to start a business. And then you go to your parents again and you say, hey mom, hey dad, I want to start a business. Can you help me? And again, the conversation is, okay son, okay daughter, how much do you need? Right? You get your first child, and guys, you get the drift. Your entire financial life was mapped out because somebody did it for you. How would your life be right now today? Now, some of you probably did great, but imagine if you had that leg up. Imagine if you had money waiting for you for college, your wedding, purchase a house, start a business, or whatever life throws at us. Whatever life throws at us, there was money there sitting, waiting to take care of all these major milestones. Well, I don't know about you, but nothing was set up for me, nor my siblings, nor my parents' siblings, nor my grandparents, or my great-grandparents. But you know what? The buck stops. Because in every family, there's that one person that can change the entire legacy for the future generation. And that's the birth of Playground Millionaires. Some of us, it might be late for us because nobody knew this information to do it for us. But I promise you, what I'm going to share with you tonight, you're going to be able to do this for yourself. Some of you, depending on what you have and your age, but 100%, you're going to be able to do this for the next generation, for your kids, for your grandkids, for your great-grandkids, and people that are not even born yet. You are putting things in place by default. So, my name is Odetta King, the author of Playground Millionaire, and I'm going to share with you basic financial foundation that everyone should have set up. Or how do you know if your financial house is solid? When it comes to kids, and the reason why this book is focused on kids, because they have their whole life. They have so many years ahead, right? So when we start with a solid financial foundation, just like building a house, it starts with the bottom first. That's your protection. If we pass away prematurely, there's life insurance. If we get sick, there's also living benefit. And if those two things don't happen, we're protecting what? The third element, your money. Because we live in the good old America where everybody's always ready to sue you at the drop of a dime. So it starts with protection. When a child is born, most of the time they're born healthy. That is the best time to protect them. Protect their health, protect their life. The second phase of building a solid financial foundation is life is going to find us and these debts are going to be thrown at us. Doesn't matter how good you are with money, debt is going to find you. Credit cards is going to find you. Bills are going to find you. Student loan are going to find you. Your mortgage is going to find you. Your car loan is going to find you. It's going to find us. And how do we prepare for this? By having a foundation that's going to have money set aside to deal with debt. The third layer of your house foundation, life is going to happen again. Emergency is going to pop up, good or bad. A good emergency could be, hey, somebody got a deal. They're selling their house. They're selling a piece of land. And hey, they need some quick money. And guess what? They call OdettaKing.com. We wire 25 grand and we purchase that land. That's an emergency for a good thing. Or it could be an emergency like, hey, grandma passed away. I got to book a plane ticket, go to Guyana to bury grandma. That's an emergency. or your tire blows out, or something with your roof cave in for your house. Emergencies are gonna happen, guys. It doesn't matter how well or how much we plan. These things are inevitable. And the fourth layer of financial foundation is investment. You see, our kids, our grandkids, they're going to grow up and get a job, or they're going to start businesses, and they are going to invest their money. Some are going to be more advanced than others. Some may have a job and just automatically opt into a 401k, a 403b, an IRA. Still investment. But what if I tell you there is one strategy in the entire financial service that address all four of these? And when you have this, you're solid with your financial foundation. What is that strategy? Many of you who follow me on social media hear me talk about IUL, Index Universal Life. What is Index Universal Life? This is a strategy that gives you about 20 different benefits, but I'm only going to talk about maybe 4 or 6 of them tonight. Transamerica is leading the pave. Transamerica is blazing the chart. Transamerica is one of the top 5 companies in the country that is blazing it with the IUL. They are the #1 selling IUL 8 consecutive quarter. They are an AM Best, A1 Moody, and A+ rating company. And the last time I checked, A is very good. My students at St. John University will kill me if I don't give them an A. Okay? They will come to me for extra assignment, extra credit activities, all kind of stuff to get an A. Okay? So the last time I checked, A is good. And I would know because I'm a professor, right? So when you put your money in an IUL, there is a saving component. 13% max your money can grow, and you are guaranteed to never ever lose money. Your money is safe. When everybody else is losing in the stock market, their 401ks going down, their IRAs going down, their 403b, their 457, whatever they have, when those accounts are not doing well because the stock market took a dive, IUL, we making money, 0.75. Now, never losing money is the first rule to money. Never lose money, right? So when everybody else is losing and they want to jump off the Brooklyn Bridge, OdettaKing.com and all her clients are making money, 0.75. Now, you see, there's a lot of people that are on this call and watching me on social. You guys probably have made a lot of money. But how do you keep that money? How do you keep that money during the ups and downs of the stock market? Right? And then this money in your IUL is tax-free. Second rule to money, tax-free money means more money. Put it in the chat. Tax-free money means more money. It doesn't matter how much money you got. If that money has to be taxed, you ain't got all of it. If you got $1 million, Sabrina, and your money's in the IUL, and Amelia has $1 million in a 401k, Amelia, you don't have $1 million. Because once Uncle Sam taxed that 30, 40, 50% and hope and pray the stock market don't drop, you don't got $1 million. So tax-free money, these are concepts that most people don't even know. Tax-free money means more money, period. On top of it, you have protection. Well, somebody's going to say, well, Odetta, why? Like, what do I need to protect? Well, number one, you need to protect yourself. Because the last time I checked, any one of us could die at any given minute notice. The last time I checked, cancer, heart attack, stroke are swiping the nation every 7 to 10 seconds. Somebody's being diagnosed with that. So you're protecting your life, you're protecting your health, and you're also protecting your money. Your money. Those three things you're protecting. Your life if you pass away prematurely, your health, God forbid if you get sick, and if those two things don't happen no time soon, you are protecting your money, right? So now let's look at a 20-year look back. Oops, 20-year look back. Because somebody, and I'm playing devil advocate because I sit with a lot of clients every day and I hear these things. Somebody's going to tell me, well, Odetta, I'm invested in the stock market. My stocks are doing good. The market is up. I'm good, Odetta. I didn't lose any money. Well, that is true. That is true. But are you also tracking the stock market every year? And what is the average of the last 20 years? So I'm not going to go through every number or every year. From 2003 to 2022, the stock market on average, if we're looking at S&P, the US economy, Europe, Euro stocks, and Hang Seng, the Asia economy, the market did on average 5.88%. So yes, 100% our money grew. If you had invested $10,000 in 2003, in 2022, after 20 years, you're 10,000, 100% yes. I don't disagree with you. It has grown. And this is why people say, oh, the stock market overall in the long haul, you're making money. That's true. We're not negating that. It's true. But what we're here to educate the public is you woulda, shoulda, coulda had more. You woulda, shoulda, coulda had more. You woulda, shoulda, coulda had more, right? That 10,000 that you had in your 401k, yes, it grew to 31,000. Bravo, great job. It grew. But now this 31,000 has to be taxed. And all along, if you had passed away prematurely or you had an illness, where's the living benefit? If you had $19,000 in the year 2013 and you passed away, your family, if you didn't have life insurance, your family will get this $19,000 minus taxes, right? So even though we're growing the money, there's still loopholes in our finances. Now, the person who had an IUL, because they listen to OdettaKing.com, right? Their 10,000 grew to almost 50,000. And guess what? This is tax-free money. Tax-free money means what? Tax-free money means what? Type it in the chat. Type it on the Facebook comment. Tax-free money means what? What does tax-free money mean? More money. More money. Who doesn't want more money? Even the billionaires want more money. That's why they know of these strategies. Because they have a lot of money, but they don't want to pay a lot of taxes. Right? Phyllis said more money. That's right. More money, right? So somebody with an IUL, their 10,000 grew to almost 50,000, and this is tax-free. They get to keep all of it. Plus, they had life insurance if they had passed away prematurely. Plus, they had living benefits if, God forbid, some crazy illness attacked their bodies. But the person with the 401k only got 31,000. Uncle Sam is going to come and sweep up 30-40% of that. So what you really have. So there's a lot of things we have to unlearn when it comes to money. They tell us to save, but they didn't tell us where. They tell us to invest, but they never told us where you could never lose money and have tax-free money. They don't tell us that. They don't teach us that, but we are, right? So although this plan is about Playground Millionaire, the book is written twofold, because I'm in the classroom every day and I see by the time my kids get to my class, they're already in debt. We want to start it at birth. So the book is written twofold. First half of the book, I'm teaching the little ones about money, financial concept, money mantra. The second half of the book, I'm talking to the parents. I'm showing them exactly what to do to set their kids up, their grandkids up, their adult kids, and for some of us, even ourselves, because I own 3 IULs. And not because I don't have anything to do with my money, because I know this stuff, I live this stuff, I study this stuff, I breathe this stuff, I teach this stuff. And when you know better, you do better. So somebody who has a 401k, a 403b, TSP, or whatever it is that your job is giving you, make no mistake. Let's look at a comparison. I'm not going to go every line. I'm just going to pick out probably 2 or 3. You got a 401k. Number one, you're exposed to the stock market risk. You already know that. You already know that. You up and down. You got high blood pressure, low blood pressure. You all over the place. You're on a roller coaster. You got to hope and pray when you're ready to retire, you don't lose no money. And there's people today, even in retirement, are still losing money because of where their money is sitting. IUL guarantee no loss. We don't care what the stock market does. We don't care what's happening in the world financially. We good. Second thing, if you're under age 59 and a half and you try taking money out of your own policy, your own account, your own whatever it is that you have at your job, there's a 10% penalty for early withdrawal. Well, the last time I checked, a lot of us are going to be wanting to touch our 401k way before 59 and a half. I had a client call me a month ago to take money out.
So different one?
Okay, Sabrina, can you mute the line? I had a client call me. He was not able to take money out of his own account with his job. He has $100,000 in his job account and he could not touch a penny of it. He called me, we got on the phone with Transamerica, and in 7 to 10 business days, the money was wired back to his IUL. No penalty. We talked about the critical benefits, long-term care. Hey, we could get sick at any given minute notice. We could get sick at any given minute notice. The number one reason people go bankrupt in America, Google this. Medical bills. Medical bills. It will wipe out your entire life history savings. Now let's look at the kids. Some of us, we want the best for our kids. We're saving for our kids. And I have a couple of friends on this webinar right now, and I'm glad that you're able to come on and see this information, right? We want the best for our kids, and we might be saving in 2 places. It's really 2 when you really look at it. You're going to either save in the bank, or you're going to open a 529 or one of those college-funded account. Well, already we know if it's in the bank, what's the average interest that the banks are giving us? Point something. It's not even 1%. It's 0 point something. A big fat 0. It's a 0. It starts with 0. 0.06. Now, some of you might be a little more sophisticated and you may say, well, Odetta, I'm getting 2%. Well, the last time I checked, inflation is higher than 2%, so we're still losing. So the bank is a lost cause. The bank is not going to do what we're going to show you. Or some of you might be like my cousin. You open a 529 or you open a UGMA or UTMA, one of those college saving accounts. And what happens with those? When you read my book, Playground Millionaire, you'll see, because I compare all of those accounts. But I'm going to talk about the 529 tonight because that's what most people are familiar with. Number one, it's only for college. What if your kids are ambitious and they want to start a business? A lot of my friends that I have today are entrepreneurs. Their kids obviously may want to follow the entrepreneur track. And if they come to us to say, hey, I want to start a business, but you got a 529, now you're going to get a whopping 10% penalty because you're taking money that is not for college. Guys, it's not just about saving money, it's about saving money smart. So if you have a 529, you better make sure you call us. Call us immediately after this webinar and say, hey, I got a 529. I need to upgrade that sucker. I need to upgrade that sucker ASAP because now I know better. Thanks for educating me, Odetta. Right? And then another big thing, assets weigh against you towards FAFSA, scholarship, and grants. That's you just plainly disqualifying yourself from getting any free money. Why? Why are we doing this? I'll tell you why. Because we don't know better. Because we don't know there's better choices. We don't know there's other alternatives. And I have clients that come to me and they say, well, Odetta, I'm good. I got a 529. I got a bank account for my kids. And I'm like, no, right? No, that is not the best thing to do because it weighs against you. Your kids are not going to get any free money. Your kids are not going to get no scholarships, no grant. Why are we leaving money on the table? Every semester I poll my students and they come from money and they're still getting money. They're still getting grants. They're getting scholarship. I'm like, how are they getting this money and their parents sit on the board? They know what we're teaching. They're hiding the money. You gotta hide the money, people. Now, if you have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I don't know, you got multiple kids, why are you putting your money on a platter? Why are you showing the school, hey, I got all this money, so you ain't gotta give me no free money? What? College is not free and it's not cheap. The best schools are not cheap. So that's a big no-no. That's a big no-no. It weighs against us. We're legally disqualifying ourselves from getting free money. And so many parents do not know this. So many parents. But even if your kids was going to go to college, and let's say you had enough money for college, why? When that money could give your daughter or your son a leg up. Now, instead of paying for college, they apply for the grants. They apply for the financial aid. They apply for the scholarships. And if that's not enough, then yes, you supplement it with the extra that you were saving. This is a big no-no. And a lot of people are making these mistakes. They mean well for their kids. And this is why we do these webinars every Monday and every Friday in the month of July. So I know that you guys have friends and families and neighbors who do not know this information. Make sure you share this video with them. Share the link and tell them, hey, you got to come back here next Monday. Come and learn about these things that we are doing, but we had no idea that there's better strategies. With IUL, you can use it for anything. With IUL, you could use it to start a business, down payment of a home, buy a car. One of my friends, his son is going to NYU where I graduated from. He lives in Philly. The kid is coming to New York to go to NYU. He has to rent an apartment. Because they live in Philadelphia. This kid is coming to New York to go to school to NYU, which is great. But now they got to find more money because he's going to be living in New York. Everybody knows New York is not cheap, right? So when you have an IUL, you could pull money out for other different things. And like I said, the big thing is it does not weigh against you. IUL, they don't even see that. It's not even one of the list of items on the application FAFSA to check off. But you bet a bank account is there. You bet a 529 is on that form to check off. Oh, yes, it is. Guys, we got to save our money smart. And we got to set these kids up to be Playground Millionaire, right? So, we're getting closer. I'm going to show you guys. Oh, my God. I love this baby boy, right? This is my future baby boy, right? Playground Millionaire. He is so happy because his whole life is mapped out. right? Now, let us show you what was one of these look like for your kids. Let's say mom and dad, they saw this webinar, they saw that's great. I had a 529 now, I know better, girl, please let me know what I got to do. Or I got money in the bank, please let me know what I got to do. Or you know what, I've been saving money in a susu, yes, because I'm West Indian and I know what we do, right? Shout out to my mom, right? She tells me all the time, well, that susu did a lot. Well, mom, that was great, but you woulda, shoulda, coulda had more if it was saved somewhere else, right? So now we're saving $200 a month. From day one, your little one is covered with life insurance, $113,000 from day one. Now, some of you, I know you're thinking, and I know all of this stuff because I sit with clients every day. And some of you might be saying, but Dad, I already got life insurance. I'm good. I got a term or I got a whole life. I already got life insurance. So that, hold your brakes. Hold your brakes, honey. This is not IUL. IUL is not your regular, typical whole life and term. Pump your brakes. Pump your brakes, honey. Make no mistake. This is not IUL. Your whole life might be good, but it's not an IUL. Let's not confuse the two, honey. Your term might be good, but it's not IUL. Okay? That's like shopping at, I don't know. Let me make a comparison at Macy's versus Bergdorf. Okay? It's not Bergdorf. So when you have an IUL, right? You save $200 in this plan immediately from day one. It covers your child for $113,000 life insurance coverage. It's not about the life insurance. It is not about the life insurance, right? This is an IUL. So the minimum here is we could start this policy, like I said. Ideally, I like to see my clients start with $5 a day, which is about $155 per month, or $200. You're cruising, right? You're cruising at $200 a month. Now, here are some stats again for Transamerica, right? Transamerica, $497 billion generating in investment. More than $52 billion was paid out in insurance, retirement, and annuity claims. 12.9 million policies in force, and 11.8 million. Now, when I first started with this company, I thought that was huge. But the more I sit with clients every day, there is so much more groundwork for us to do. In New York City alone, where I am, is 9 million people. There's a lot of people don't know this information. Your neighbors don't know it. Your professor don't know it. Your teacher don't know it. Your doctor don't know it. Your attorney don't know it. Your tax professional they do not know. And this is why I'm super passionate about teaching this information. Right? So, again, we put $200 in a plan. From day one, our child is covered for $113,000 life insurance coverage. Day one. This money, like I said, can be used for anything, right? So I'm going to fast forward. Let's go to the illustration. We're going to look at the last column, which is non-guaranteed 7%. Why? In the last 20 years, this account has performed 8 to 9%. So even at a 7% projection is still very conservative. Now, second column is the year. Third column is the age. At 5 years old, five, we save $200 a month. 5 years old, this child has $10,000. $10,000, 5 years old. How many 5-year-olds do you and I know have $10,000? 5 years old. 5 years old. $10,000. Okay? Now when this child is 10-year-old, he has $26,000 saved up. I don't know. That's really, really, really good. When I was 10 years old, I didn't have nothing like this. I didn't have not even 26 cents. Right? Or 26 rocks. Now at 15 years old, right? At 15, now the child has almost 50,000, 48,000. And let's keep going. Now they're 25. And again, we're just cruising, just $200 a month. We're not even increasing it. It's just 200. It's only 200. It's only 200. Guys, we all know we're spending $200 every month, and it's going to garbage. And it's going to crap. It's not helping to build our future. Right? So all of you that are on, that have kids and grandkids, it's only 200. These kids are blowing out $200 easily on a weekly basis. At 25 years old, this child now has 114,000. This is why I decided to write Playground Millionaire. This is why I decided to write Playground Millionaire. We need to do this for our kids and grandkids so they can be Playground Millionaire. So, Odetta, where's the million? Okay, I'm going to show you where's the million. I'm going to show you where's the million. Saving $200 a month at 58 years of age, this child has $1 million. Now, I know there's a lot of 50-year-old. There's a lot of people in their 50s and 60s that do not have $1 million tax-free. And I didn't say it. I just read the stats. I just Googled it and read the stats. The average 401k has about $200,000 average in the country. Average. Now we know that doesn't mean everybody, but I sit with plenty enough clients and I've yet to see somebody has $1 million tax free. They may have $1 million in their 401k, very far and few, but it's not $1 million. Because Uncle Sam is going to sure come for his 30, 40, 50%. It's not $1 million. It's $1 million on paper, but it's not $1 million what's going to be in your pocket. What's in your pocket is going to be a different number than what's on your statement. What's on your statement is going to be a different number than what's going to be in your pocket. Because Uncle Sam is going to take his chunk first. So at 58 years of age, this child is a tax-free millionaire. And what did I say about tax-free money again? What did I say about tax-free money? That is more money. More money, right? 58 years old. And all along his entire life, there was money there for every milestone. Guys, one of my cousins, some of you know me personally, one of my cousins messaged me last week. He wants to start a business. A social media app. And guess what? He's coming around to the family for donation to launch this app. And I said, that is why I wrote Playground Millionaire. Because the next generation, when they want to start a business, there is money waiting in an IUL. So the conversation is not, well, I don't have it. The conversation is, how much do you need to start that app? Show me your business plan. How are we going to make this money? How much money you need? And I got you. Because the money is sitting there waiting in an IUL. It's waiting, right? So, super, super, super excited. And I'm not even going to keep going. But let's say this person died in their 90s, in their 80s, in their 70s. Look at the last column that says death benefit. If this person died if this Playground Millionaire died at age 80, how much money is he or she leaving behind to the next generation? How much money? Because if he's a Playground Millionaire, you know the minute he gets his kids are also going to have an IUL. And when his kids get their kids, they're also going to have an IUL. And so the cycle of building generational wealth goes on by default. So now when this person who's 80-year-old, how much money are they leaving behind when they pass away? What's the number you guys see there? $80 years old. 80 years old. What is the number that you guys are seeing for the death benefit? Well, maybe it's a little bit too small, so I'm just going to read it. It is a whopping 3.9. almost 4 million. Hello? Hello? Who do you know is dying and leaving 4 million? Tax-free. Tax-free. Who do you know in your family is dying and leaving 4 million behind? Tax-free. And your kids already got IUL. Your grandkids already got IUL. Who? Just please tell me who. That is why I wrote Playground Millionaire. We've got to change the narrative. When you know better, you do better. I'm passionate about this information. No families left behind. Everybody must get an IUL. Because by default, you're not only changing your life, you're changing the next generation. Generations that aren't even born. My nieces and nephew, I already know their kids are going to be thanking Auntie Odetta. By default. By default. Their kids. Because they got IULs. And when they become adults, they already know the deal. They're going to put an IUL on their kids too. By default, everybody good. Everybody good. Right? So, I'm pumped about this business. I love this business. Now I'm going to take you guys to the business opportunity. Because we need more people like ourselves. We need more people who are going to go out to your community, your church, your job, your school, your whatever organization you're part of, your neighbors, your kids' kids, your kids' friend. When my nieces and nephew come over, I'm always telling them, hey, let me talk to your friend mom. Let me talk to your friend dad. I got to share this information because they don't know it. Who are we? Our parent company is called Aegon. We've been around since 1844, almost 200 years old. None of us on this call are 200 years old. Aegon is. Transamerica, 119 years old. None of us are 119 year old. Transamerica is. And World Financial Group is the distribution platform. What are we distributing? Financial education. Because this is not taught in schools. And they don't want us to know it. That's why they don't teach us this. Right? Our motto is simple. No families left behind. None. None. You're going to hear about it. You're going to read about it. You're going to see it. 91% are underserved. We don't know. We just don't know. We do not know how money works. And because we do not know, we're doing the same thing our parents did, and our kids are going to come and do the same thing that we're doing. No, the buck stops here. We're looking for people who are looking for an opportunity, who are hungry, who are motivated, who want to teach this to their community. And it's very, very rewarding. I made a lot of money working in corporate America. But guess what? Where is it? I maxed out my 401k. But where is it? I don't even own a 401k today because I know better. A lot of you made money. I had a client that I spoke with a couple of months ago. He's like, Odetta, where were you? Where were you when I had $1 million? I'm like, well, where's $1 million now? He's like, that's why I'm asking you, where were you? Because I'm broke today. Which is also my third book. This is why you're broke. So you see, when you come on board, you get your license. You cannot do this business without a license. You have to be vetted. We are in the financial service that is highly, highly, highly regulated. This is not no Ponzi scheme. We're dealing with life insurance. Okay? Life insurance. We're educating people how to save, grow, and build wealth tax-free. Why life insurance? Because of the IRS code. It is tax-free. And that's why the government is not going to educate the mass, because it is tax-free. They don't want us to know this information because they can't tax this money. So when you get your license and you come on board, you help a family. It's about helping. When you help people, by default, you're helping yourself. You come in entry-level training associate. You sit with a family. Help that family reposition. Not find more money. Not find new money. The same money they're saving right now, because you're going to educate them how to save that money smart. Don't put that money over here. Put it over here instead. Take the money from this bucket, put it over here instead. Because you're going to get more benefits. You're going to get more bang for your buck. The same $250 they put in the bank, or the same $250 they put in the 401k, now when they put it in an IUL, you get paid $900 as a training associate. If you're an associate, because you don't want to stay at the bottom, the goal is never to stay at the bottom. I don't care what job you got. Don't stay at the bottom. You got to move up. You got to move up. Once you move up and you're an associate, the same family, you help somebody save $250 again. Because again, they might be saving the money, but they're saving it in the wrong buckets. Our job is to educate them on the best bucket, the best vehicle, not in the bank earning 0.0, not in your 401k where you're losing money to the stock market and you're going to pay a whole bunch of taxes. No, you put that $250 in the IUL. As an associate, now you're making $1,350 per account. All day, every day, I'm zooming and booming. Don't call me on the phone because you're not going to get me. You're going to get a voicemail. You're going to get a text. I'm zooming and booming all day on Zoom. I'm helping families. I'm putting families in a position to build generational wealth. I'm putting families in a position that when they're gone, their kids are going to say, you know what, Dad, thank you for sitting with my grandma. As we speak, I had a client that passed away a month ago. When I went to the funeral, I went up to her grandson. Never met the grandson before. And I said, you know what? You don't know me, but I know you. And what your grandmom put in place for you, I know your future's going to be good. And someday, you're young right now, you're 9 years old, you don't know what's going on, but someday you're going to remember this conversation because your grandma did something good for you. She opened an IUL for him, and God bless her soul, Brenda. She passed away, but now her daughter is continuing that legacy because the grandma started. I feel good. I feel so good. I love this business. Someday that child is going to grow up, and I may cross paths with him or I may not, but I know to my core soul, I just helped another kid. That is why I wrote Playground Millionaire. There's a lot of kids that I see in Brooklyn or wherever I go, and I say to myself, that's a Playground Millionaire. If only I could get to their parents and show their parents what to do, they're Playground Millionaires. Fast forward, someday I'm going to die. I may be in a nursing home, I may be in my home. I'm not surprised if the child that takes care of me is a Playground Millionaire. I love this business. You can move up to marketing director at 62%. Now you're making $1,860. Or a senior marketing director at 80%. Now you're making $2,400. There is money in the money business. There is money in the money business. And the best part, you're helping people. You're helping people save money. Now, I want to play a video. And if some of you are saying, well, that I don't have any kids. I don't have any kids either. But I got 3 IULs. Don't you have to save money? Yes, we have to save money. Don't you want to have a solid financial foundation? Yes, we do. So I want you guys to watch this video.
My name is LaTasha McCray, and this is my living benefit story. I'm 38 years old. I'm a single mother of an 18-year-old, and I work in the banking industry.
I'm David Sutherland from Jacksonville, Florida, and I'm a living benefit life insurance agent. When I had first met LaTasha, 30 years old, single mother with an 8-year-old son.
I am an avid gym goer. I was really in great health. Dave came over one afternoon.
She explained that, what she was trying to accomplish was to protect her 8-year-old son in case something happened.
The idea that I liked the most about the living benefits, it gave me security to let me know that if anything happened to me, my son would still be taken care of.
What we ended up doing was a 30-year term policy for $250,000 with all the benefits included.
So I decided to put the policy in place with Dave. Years had gone by, and I'm just working every day, going to work, not thinking anything of it. And one day I get a phone call from my doctor. And they called to let me know that I was diagnosed with stage 2-3 breast cancer. It was one of the worst calls in my life. I literally thought I was like losing everything that I had always worked for. I had always been in great health. I had all these financial plans set. And just to hear that, it just made me feel like I was losing everything. I went into shock for about 2 days. I didn't eat. I couldn't really sleep. My doctors were basically some of the best doctors that we had, and they put a plan together how we were going to beat cancer. So it began with telling me the financial needs, of course, the surgeries that I would need. The funding itself was astronomical. My job was kind enough to say, well, we'll give you time off, but it will be unpaid. Therefore, I really didn't have any income coming in to take care of my mortgage, to take care of my son. My insurance didn't cover 100% of my chemotherapy, and I couldn't afford it. I had stocks, I had savings, but it was nothing compared to the money that I would need to take care of the chemotherapy.
She happened to call and say, I need to cancel my plan. I have a health crisis, and I've been diagnosed with breast cancer. And I said, well, no, you don't need to cancel your plan to try and save premium. You need to put in a claim.
Through my job, I had great health insurance. I always thought that because I had great health insurance, I was always covered. Chemotherapy wasn't covered 100% with my insurance. So the living benefit really came in and helped me take care of those chemo treatments, my radiation, my surgeries, my biopsies. There's a lot of things associated with cancer that the insurance companies do not cover.
That's what gets people in trouble financially. And that's why you have a plan with living benefits, that you don't have to die to use your plan.
I really didn't have income coming in to put gas in my car, to pay my car note. And I remember speaking with my doctors, and they told me this financial plan was going to cost thousands. One of the first plans that I received was $20,000.
The claims process took two to 3 weeks at the most. And then Latasha called me one day and just said, hey, I just got a check in the mail today for just a little over $65,000. She still has almost $170,000 of a remaining benefit that's still existing.
Even though I was still fighting cancer, I still had surgeries I still had to recover from, financially, I didn't have to fight through anything because the living benefits plan was there. I just wanted to make sure that my son didn't feel that his mom was sick. He knew I was sick. You know, it was something that I was living through. I didn't want it to affect him at all. He still had his cable, still had his games. And I know to a lot of people that's not important, but to me it was important for me to feel like I'm fighting this, not he's fighting this cancer. Through a total of 9 surgeries, and 2 years later, I've been cancer-free, 2 years December, and my life has like taken a total turn for the best.
She's back to living a normal life, and it's just a very rewarding, fulfilling thing to have been a small part of that.
The living benefit plan is something that everybody needs to look into, to spare just a few moments of your time, whether it's $30, $40, $50 a month. This is your future that you're thinking about. A lot of people say, I love my kids. If you love your kids, think about your kids' future. Think about your future with your kids, and think about your kids' future without you. Mm-hmm. If you're not thinking about all of these things, then you're really not planning for a future at all. And the living benefits plan basically makes sure that your kids are taken care of, you're taken care of, your illness is taken care of. Money isn't everything, but when you're battling cancer, it's a whole lot off of you.
Wow. Crazy, huh? Crazy. So I want to ask you guys, how many of you have living benefits?
Hey, you ever seen a wealthy person or a wealthy family?
How many of you have living benefits? Or have you even heard about living benefits? Do you have living benefits? Do you have something in place? God forbid, because we don't know what the future holds, right? Karen James said yes. Awesome. Awesome. So I'm going to open up the chat for any questions or comments. If you learned something today, put it in the chat. What stood out to you the most? If you have any questions, also put it in the chat. I'll be more than happy to field those questions. And while I'm fielding those questions, or while I'm giving you guys some time to put it in the chat, I'm also going to put a link of a survey. We would love your feedback to know, what are we doing right? What are we doing wrong? What would you like to see more of? What are your takeaways? And how can we best help you? Because knowledge without implementation is devastation. I'm going to say that again. Knowledge without implementation is devastation. Now that we know better, we got to do better. So I just put a link. Hey, DeAndre. Hey, Mom. Hey, Jack Rube. Thanks for watching us live on Facebook. I just dropped a link in the Zoom chat. And that link, you guys, if you click on it, I'm actually sharing my screen. It's going to ask you to answer a survey. Would you like to have a complimentary financial checkup? You may say, Odetta, I already have a life insurance. I already have a living benefit. But guess what? Let us review it to make sure you're truly, 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 truly good. Because you don't know what to look for. We do. We are the professionals. You don't know what to look for in your policy. You don't know what's good or bad or could be better. You don't know. You don't know. You could see a 5-page or a 10-page policy contract. You don't know if it's good, bad, or in between. We do. We see these policies every day. We review policies every day, right? So if you have something, that's great. I commend you. But let us do a free complimentary financial checkup and review what is it you have. In the 6 years I've been doing this business, there's always something. Every client that I sat with, there's always a loophole where there could be something better that I could show them. But again, if you don't know, you don't know. Right? Or apply for a career opportunity. Right? Oh, Karen said, I'm new to the platform. I learned so much and eager to get started. Oh, hi, Barbara. Oh, no, that was Barbara that said it. Yes, Barbara. Barbara's all the way in Texas. I'm super excited. Barbara actually seeked me out. I don't know how she found me, but Barbara is hungry. She is hungry. She been on a quest looking for a financial education, and the good Lord, I don't know how she found me, but she found me on the web, and she was watching all my YouTube channel, and then she finally said, you know what? I'm going to reach out to this girl. We had a nice chat today. I said, come on the webinar, see what is it I do, because I'm bragging right now. I don't know her, but she's also a teacher. She's also a teacher. So I told her, listen, you're going to do good in this business. We love teachers, and we love people that have a real estate background. She's excited. Can't wait to get her going. Karen said, thanks, Odetta. You really reinforce the importance of having an IUL and its urgency, because we are not promised to be here tomorrow. Yeah. Guys, every time I hear somebody pass away, the first thing I want to ask is, did they have a life insurance? Or when I hear somebody got diagnosed with an illness, I want to ask them, did they have living benefits? Do they have long-term care? What do you think the answer is? What do you think I always hear? No, they don't. What is that? I don't know what that is. That's what I hear, right? So you guys are going to click on the link, right? And you're going to fill out the survey. What stood out to you the most? Give your full name, your email address, right? Your phone number, and pick a date and time. Because what did I say? Knowledge without implementation is devastation. You want to pick a date and time that is best for you so that we can follow up with you, ideally in the next 24 to 72 hours. And also mention, how did you hear about this event and who invited you? If Sabrina invited you, you're going to put her name here. If Phyllis invited you, you put Phyllis here and him. This way, they get this survey to say, hey, this person, this is what they filled out. This is my guest. And now they also know what day and time you're available to have a one-on-one, so we can best help you. If you're interested in the business platform, when you fill out this survey, we'll go over in more details. If you have a policy, or maybe you have something for your kids, maybe you have a 529 for your kids, you have money in the bank that you've been saving for your kid, now you know better, right? You know better now. So when we know better, we do better. I don't see any questions.
Phyllis also had a question about how soon can they access the policy. I'm assuming it's with the term. And then also Aldeeth Grant had a question.
Okay, so I'll just say, can a child who reside, can a child who reside outside the U.S.? No. You got to be in the U.S. You got to be U.S. resident or U.S. citizen. You got to be on U.S. soil. Now, I do have clients that are U.S. resident, but they might be living or they might be out of the country. They have to physically come back in the U.S. and they must be a legal resident, right? They must have legal status, be on U.S. soil to do that application. I also have people in the military. I had a guy that was in Dubai. I had a guy that was in, what's the other place? Russia. And, you know, they're on the battlefront. But I said, listen, I can't touch you. I can't touch you until you come back to the States. When you come back to the States, while you're here for a month, let's get things going. And then you could jet back out to wherever you got to go. So you got to be on U.S. soil. How soon can you access the cash? Well, that depends on how aggressive you're going to fund it. So if you only put in little money, well, little money is not going to grow to big money, right? So let me show you. Let me go back to the illustrations so you could have an idea, right? So if we were funding $200 and this child at 5 years old, where is it? Okay, so as long as you see you have cash, you have access. The cash surrender means you have access, or you can touch this money. So let's say in the first year, he only got $257. Like, no, we're not touching that because that's nothing, right? The second year, we got $23.88. The third year, you got $47. So as long as you see cash surrender, that's money that you can touch, right? If you don't see anything here, you don't have anything. And this is why, thanks for reminding me to say this, these type of policies are long-term strategies, right? You don't want to put money in today and take money out tomorrow or next week or next month or next 2 years or next 3 years. You want to let the money sit here and compound. Why? Look at the interest your guys are getting. You're getting more interest than the banks. You're getting more interest than the banks. So why would we want to touch this money? No, we don't want to touch this money. We want to let this money sit and compound because the interest is higher.
What? 3. 1, 2, 3. What's the new company?
Okay, somebody is, I'm going to have to mute everybody's line, mute all, and that will stop it. Okay, perfect. So it's about teaching people how to save money smart. You probably don't want to be touching this money because look at the interest. You're earning a higher interest. But yes, you can touch the money. And again, it depends on how aggressive you're going to fund that account. If you're not funding it aggressive, don't expect a lot of money to be here, right? And also, we showed you this with $200 a month. I don't have anybody that's going to do $200 a month for the rest of their life. Oh, no, not with OdetaKing.com under my watch. When I do my annual review, I'm going to be like, girl, come on, we got to bump this up. Cost of living is going up. We got to stack these coins. We got to put more money here. We got to increase, right? Increase $50, increase when you get a tax bonus, when you get a tax rate, when you get your tax refund, increase when you get a bonus, increase when you get a better paying job. Come on, we got to be saving money over here, not spending, right? It's about saving. We're building a saving culture here. But yes, you can take the money out, right? So in closing, let me see if there's any other questions. Okay, there's no other questions, right? So please take a moment, fill out the survey, and I'm going to close it off, right? I'm going to close it out by reminding you we are back here again on Monday and Friday, 7 p.m. So if you want to hear this again, you want to invite a friend, you want to invite a colleague, bring them back Monday and Friday, 7 p.m. for the entire month of July. So I think we have about 4 more sessions, right? And those of you who are interested in the business or you just want to be in this environment, you want to learn about money, right? We're going to invite you to our next convention, which is going to be in Nashville, right? It's going to be in Nashville October 27 and 28. You do not have to be in the business. If you just want to come and learn about money, right? Be in an environment that fosters financial growth, financial legacy, financial wealth building. This is the webinar, not the webinar. This is the next convention that's going to be October 27, 28. And I'm going to play the video, and that will take us out to the end. And I will see you guys back here on Monday. Thank you so much for your time. Please, please, please make sure you fill out the survey. And if you don't fill out the survey, expect a call from one of us to ask you, what do you want to do? Do you want to make more money, or you want to save more money? That's it. Do you want to make more money? You want to save money? If you want to save money, we get you with a plan. If you want to make more money, we go over the business opportunity, get you signed up, and let's start helping you help your family.
The most anticipated event of the year. Money Mastery. 2 regions, 1 focus.